Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Taskia Zahra. My NIM is 122190026. I'm from the major of architecture, and now here I am to explain of my article presentation about Apple's new campus innovations that authorize astonishingly. First of all, I'm so sorry because cannot I cannot start a video presentation because my camera of my laptop is broken down. So before we start, I'm gonna explain to you about what I have in this presentation. So in the outline of this presentation, we have the founder of the innovation, the second is the concept of the innovation, the third is the background of the innovation, and the fourth, the elaboration of the innovation, and the last is the conclusion. So I'm gonna explain about the innovations from Steve Jobs that was designed by Foster and Partners. And here's a glimpse of Foster and Partners picture. And also here's a glimpse of the rendering of Apple's recent campus. Okay, so we're gonna start. So Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the previous founder of the Apple, have the latest vision of the new gigantic technology center which has to be done that he claimed to be invested before he passed away on 5th of October 2011. He mailing to a group of Cupertino committee members to convey his innovation for the 175-acre plot of area that would accommodate his company for the next time frame Jobs addressingly to occur along the design which can bring 12,000 people in a building. And here you go is the background of the innovation of Steve Jobs. So the background of the innovation that Steve Jobs make, which is the Apple's house, is that Steve Jobs' ideas for the nerve center came in 2004 while he was walking through Hyde Park in London. So here's a glimpse of the Hyde Park in London. He wanted to make the kind of nerve center that the other companies would aspire to in the decades to come, more than in the outdoor, in nature, that Apple's former CEO decided it was necessary to build his company in a new environment where a fence between building and nature seamlessly is to be visible. So he actually wanted to make more into a open outdoor space which has more into a flowing and a green spaces that can mix the people enjoying the environment of the working space of the Apple's house. And next, the elaboration of the Apple's new campus innovation. First is energy efficient. Why it calls energy efficient is because the circle of the structure has the potential to lead on fully sustainable energy, comes from the solar panels that line above the spaceship-like construction, building which collected of all kinds of trees, many of them fruit-bearing, planted to bear with climate change. So actually, the energy efficient that Steve Jobs innovation is that the circle structure is not just become the potential to lead on fully sustainable energy, but also I think it makes a protective structure for the indoor spaces and also the outdoor spaces. Why? Because it's not really change the environmental, but it makes the new developmental of the level. It make the new level of the developmental integrated concept. And the second, all glass. The glass exterior succeeds in blurring the lines in the midst of office and nature. To get this innovation, Apple leased German Seal Group, the same company that can equip the outstanding all-glass exterior of Apple's Fifth Avenue in New York City. Around 180 glass panels that are 45 feet tall, extremely resistant, and curved to fit the ring-shaped construction. So the all-glass construction in the exterior of the Apple House, Apple's innovation, Apple's new campus innovation, is that it brings up into the visible of the image of the features. It brings up into the new level of the modern era. And next, oops, I think the title is not shows up. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna improvisation. So but I will shows in the PowerPoint. So if wait, I think okay. So we're back on the presentation. I'm sorry because there's before there was an unplanned accident that the text is not shows up. So next, third of the concept of the Steve Jobs innovation concept is that a building filled with foliage to offer his employees the same creative freedom which the 9,000 trees, and many of them has a varieties of apple, plum, apricot, and other fruit trees to plant all over the 175 acre plot of area. And fourth, every canopy has a purifying system. Every canopy in the building has a purifying system that allows the natural air flow and in and out to the building to cover people from the intense of sun heat. And next, we have the last. Steve Jobs also wants his people to feel any passing breeze as if they were sitting in outside. With all kind of sensors, the building can control the temperature to 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, all with intake and release of natural air. So the last concept that Steve Jobs make is that according to the open space of the innovation, to the green open space of the innovations that he made, it shows up that the sun heat, the sun heat of the sun heat to the building is the majority. Let's say it's the big concerns which we have to focus on too, beside the green spaces and beside the building. But from the sun heat that the building can take, it can really produce the light, so the building can manage the light into the um into the into the less of energy using. And we have the conclusion that is the main focus in the project based on the design has the concept of sustainable development architecture, which also more concerned into green architecture. So the conclusion of the new concept of the innovation concept that Steve Jobs makes, which the render is by the Fosters and partners. It has so many things that and it has so many things that entertain. and it has so many things that can expect the structures, can expect the utilities, the shape, the features, the location, and also the how the foster managing the building by using the glass, by using the canopy, by using the more into open space, and all of that is really really good to be to to take to be used in the future. Why? Because the design is integrated, and um it is really considered, it can be considered to the future because of the climate change, and also because of um the developmental architecture. That's all from me. I'm sorry there's any um if there's any something that wrong. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.